Pardon me. Really, bro? Really? Thank you for running, I appreciate that. I'm guessing they didn't mean to go into combat with me. And they ran away instead of fighting me. I really do appreciate that. That's nice of them. I really do appreciate that. You gotta be careful when you have PvP on, because some people will literally intentionally try and force you into a fight. Just to basically be funny about it. Be like, ah, I killed you, ha ha ha, why you weren't ready for it. I see you grinding that low level Digimon there. Ha 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 ha, I ran into you with my whole full level max fucking mega team. I'm such a cool guy. You will get people that do that to you, unfortunately. Or they'll see somebody AFK and they'll sneak them. It's like, oh, well, he's AFK, I'll KO him because he won't be there to actually select his moves and I guarantee win. But mad respect to that person who ran into me and did not fight me. I really do appreciate him doing that. It's very nice of him. Very nice, very nice. Hey. I did not say you could run away from me. I'd appreciate if you didn't run away from me, because I'm trying to grind on you. Kaboom! It's a shame that they've nerfed the XP game for lower levels. I know exactly what you mean. Like, they should not have done that. Like, I understand the higher levels. Like, if my Digimon's a certain level over them, fair enough. They can get less experience, you know? But don't punish the lower level Digimon. Because there is no content in this game. There's nothing to do. This is literally the content. You have cracks or rifts, depending what term you want to use for it. And dungeons, which are once a day. That is literally the content in the game. That's all we have to do. They should not have nerfed it for lower level Digimon. That should have never been a thing. Because there's nothing to fucking do in this game. And it's just dragging it out. It ruins the fun for people. Because it's already a chore to grind anyway. Nobody sits here like, oh, I love grinding. I love sitting there and grinding away for hours and hours and hours and hours of my life every single day. Barely getting anywhere. Nobody sat there saying this. The game devs really cared. They would not be doing this. Reckon it'll be a few years if they ever think of a global release? Most likely. They just entered full release in North or South Korea. I don't know where they actually stayed. I think the South Korea. They just entered full release about a month or two ago, so they should not have entered full release. This game does not have enough content or stuff to do for a full release game. This is not full release. This is still beta. I'm sorry. This is a false full release. It's not. There is nowhere near enough content for this to be classed as a full release game. Nowhere freaking near. There's nothing to do. Global release, we'll probably wait in a year or two for that. Maybe even longer. Who knows? I reckon realistically though, probably about 2 years before a global release at least. Translating Korean to English is hard, and vice versa, English to Korean. A lot of the alphabet they use, we don't share, vice versa. A lot of words and stuff like that. So that's why sometimes during the translation it's just really hard to get a good translation out. So yeah, probably a year or two for a global release. I reckon 2 years more likely than a year. Because they're still going to be releasing more content for the game as it is already. They have to, because all we have up to is the human world with Monetization. So there's not really much else for him to really do, really. But we definitely need more stuff to do. Because most players are going to stop playing this game. That's what most players are going to do. They're going to stop playing this game because there is nothing to do. And with things being even slower now, probably needs the 2 years to be fair. Yeah, I agree. Probably needs it, yeah. This game is not full release material. It's I'm sorry, it's just not. I don't know whether some higher up executives decide to go, oh, we're going to push this into full release and made them do it, or what? But as a game dev, I cannot sit there and go, yeah, this is a full release game. It's the equivalent of basically what most game companies do these days. Release a broken game or a game half finished and say, oh, we'll update it later. And sell it to you at full price. In your opinion, what would be the top 5 digits to get right now? Honestly, right now, it'd be the start of Digimon. They're the only ones that have megas currently. The only one that currently has 2 megas at the moment is the Salamon line to Angel Woman. Because Angel Woman is Manadramon and Fanimon. We know Gomamon's going to get Marine Angemon as well as Veemon. He has Veemon right now, but Marine Angemon will eventually be coming through. Because they already had the fight with the Guasamon on the bridge, which is when they got, which is what they did in the original anime, if I'm not mistaken. And then it became a Marine Angemon. And eventually had to fight a Marine Devimon, so we know that's coming. Rosemon, I would say, as well, because we all know that Rosemon has a burst mode. Now, when burst mode will be released, I don't know. But it is a mega that will get a burst mode in the future and make it even stronger. And it's a really good strong data type to have. And the only data atlas starters as well. Which is huge because that being the only mega right now that is a data type. That'd obviously be very advantageous for the vaccines. You're very welcome. Very welcome indeed. Veemon is great because it's a free type, so it's strong against everything. So you don't have to mess around with typing with that one. It'll be good against every type. The only problem is every type is just neutral against it as well, though, so you have no real advantage in terms of taking damage. But you'll deal bonus damage to every single type in the game. So Veemon would definitely be one of the ones I would definitely go for. War Greymon got ruined All we got was Terra Destroy and a shield skill, which is completely useless. Terra Destroy is nice and all. Like, that's fine. But the shield skill is completely useless. In this game, support skills which boost stats are basically useless. The reason why is because combat is not built around it. If we go to my, where are you? Where be you at? There you are. We pull this guy out right now. Right. So, Terra Destroy is very nice, don't get me wrong. Then you have your standard basic attack. But this skill it's useless. It boosts defense and resistance by 10%. The problem is, if I sit there and I was to apply this to a Digimon, it wouldn't be worth it. The Digimon would not take enough reduced damage for this to be worth doing. I would be better off attacking with all three of my Digimon and getting a kill on something so I have less foes dealing damage to me. These combat skills, which boost stats, are completely freaking useless in this game. They have no purpose. Why the fuck they shoved this on War Greymon? I have no idea, but they ruined War Greymon. That should have been Draymon Claws or Draymon Twister or whatever the hell it's called. This should not have been a skill that we got for a War Greymon. Definitely not. And I am actually going to grab out my Lilymon, because I am planning on turning this into a Mega at the end of the stream as well, actually. So I'm going to grab that. So when I get the notice saying, oh, well, server's going to go down in 5 or 10 minutes, I can go grab it. Yeah, I could have more Megas by now. But instead of sitting there grinding my high levels to 90, I got Lilymon up there because obviously I wanted to strong data type, put as Mega for the next content that gets released in terms of like combat wise. But I think it's level 80 odd. I think it's like level 82, 83, my Zudomon. It's almost level 90 to get another Mega. I just don't have enough Evolutors, so it's no point in me grinding it up at the moment because I can't do anything with it. So, I am going to get Lilymon turned into Rosemon. But, right now I'm just going through the side content and leveling up more Digimon because I need to get 0 units and things to essentially be able to try and make more Evolutors because I'm not buying them from the cash shop. I refuse. I refuse to buy them from the cash shop. So, yeah. The problem is getting enough materials to craft an Evolutor because it's only a 10% chance. So, the problem is it's probably going to take me a few weeks to get enough of them where I'm going to roll enough to try and get me an Evolutor. Because it takes over a week's worth of materials given to Bancho Leomon just to get the materials to roll for a 10% chance. Which is fucking stupid. We need to boost the chance on it. It's absolutely ridiculous for Megas. We're not even at Jogress yet. We're not at Ultra yet. We're just at Megas. And we're having to mess around with a 10% crafting chance of something that takes a week to get. Which is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't get the Evo code. I started the next day. Yeah, I didn't get the Evolutor code either. Because basically that came out while we were all sleeping. Oh, here's a code for the New Year's. The only people that really got that were people that were just up really freaking late. If they weren't in Korea. Or people who were in Korea. Everybody else missed out because all of us were sleeping during that point. I mean, a bunch of us posted inside of the game's official Discord about it. And we're like, could you make it so the code lasts longer? Because most of us didn't get it because we were sleeping. But we've had no response at all, so. Game devs has don't really care, I suppose. Well, again, it's Move Games, so, you know, same company that did DML, so yeah, the fact of them not caring probably isn't very surprising. As we all know how DML ended up turning out. I mean, honestly, if they do away with the EVP system, do away with the whole we can't level lower level Digimon without being in 5 levels rubbish, this game would be great. It'd have a great gameplay loop, it'd be fun to play, and I wouldn't mind sitting there for hours playing the game. Because literally it's the fact that I have to keep stopping to get EVP back which ruins it for me. And the fact that they've slowed down the experience rate even more now, that's ruining it for me. They're just basically, it's ruining the game. Nobody wants to spend hours of their time wanting to play, sat around not playing the freaking game. Nobody wants to do that. They really don't. Though I am happy that with the patch notes, they have reduced the amount of EVP that Ultimates cost now per fight. Because 30 odd fights just was not worth it. It really wasn't. But in my opinion, it's still not enough. In my opinion, it's still not enough. Alright, this 50% EVP cut in half is perfect. I am happy at this point right now. Where EVP cost is cut in half for everything. This is how the game should be in my opinion, because I can play for hours before I have to sit at Digimon for half an hour. I'm not constantly having to be reminded that I need to go to Digimon every 5 minutes. And then sitting there like, well, I can't be arsed now. I was in the mood, I was doing my grind, you've interrupted my grind, and then I know, after this sitting here doing nothing for half an hour, where I've not been able to play, that I've been wanting to play, that I've had time to play, I'm going to go and fight another 30 odd fights just to come back here and do this again. That's not rewarding to the player, it's not a fun mechanic for the player, not a fun gameplay loop for the player. It just makes things, it just ruins it. They need to fix things, honestly. Like, I've got plenty of people in my Discord who all agree with me and sort of like, yeah, we need to do something about this. And I know there's a lot of players out there who, like me, hate the CVP system. It is one of the worst stupid things in this game. The game's dead, like... How many... I'm on server 1, the most populated server. How many people have you seen during this stream running around? How many people have you actually seen? Not... You've seen like 2 people. And there's not 2 people on this server. This is the most populated server. The highest populated. You know why? Because everybody stood at fucking Digimon. All around the world tree. That is why. That's where everybody is. That's why the game feels so dead and empty. Because they need to sit there and fight 1,000 fights to get basically Bond on their Digimon. Sorry, forgive me. 7,000 fucking fights to get a Seraphimon if they have a Magna Angemon and they want to turn it into a Mega. And 14,000 fights if they want to get their Salamon to be able to turn into Ophanimon. Or Magnadramon, Holydramon, whichever term you want to use. That's a crazy amount of fights to go through. Where people just are not playing the fucking game. $7,000 and 14,000 fights. People are just literally leaving their computer on for days and not even playing at this point. So if it's not EVP, let everybody set a Digimon for. It's basically the bond raising to be able to get Seraphimon and freaking Ophanimon, Magnadramon. And it annoys me. It really does annoy me because I love Digimon. I want a Digimon MMO to play. Because I'm a big fan of Digimon. I feel like there's too many terrible Digimon games out there. And the community for Digimon is so divided when it comes to Digimon games. Because there's so many different Digimon games with so many different styles, right? They don't settle on a single formula. But then, the one thing most of the communities in, like, congregation about, we want a good Digimon MMO. Just like the Pokemon players want a good Pokemon MMO. The game companies instead will not do this. They will not create what players are asking for. So then players have to make their own, essentially. Or they don't get what they want. But then the problem is those same game companies who refuse to give the players what they want and that they're all asking for will be the same ones who will hit people with a cease and desist if they try and make an MMO based on that game. Or they try and correct the problems that the game devs are making. And I'm tired of game devs just not caring about the players and the fan base. All they care about is how much money they can squeeze out of you now. And gaming is being ruined as a whole. And being somebody who loves Digimon and wants a Digimon MMO I can play and sink time into because I enjoy the franchise and it'll have replayability, I just can't seem to find something like that because DMO is fucked. Private servers that I've joined for DMO started off good and pure and intentional. But then started to do the exact same thing that the game devs were doing in the first place, which is getting greedy with loot boxes and microtransactions. And this game has a great gameplay loop. I enjoy the combat, the moves are fun. I enjoy playing the game, but I'm constantly plagued by freaking EVP and Evoluta crafting chance, which is 10% chance because they tried to sell it in the fucking cash shop. Ruining the game as well to try and squeeze money out of you. The bond thing is so ridiculous, and the reason why it's so ridiculous, you have to do 1,000 fights to get 1%. You need 7% for Seraphimon, 14% for Ophanimon or Magnadramon. And the reason why they are fine with that is because, once again, what are they doing? Selling an item to boost the amount of affinity you get with your Digimon in the cash shop. Gameplay, create problem to sell solution. The thing that I'm seeing playing every freaking game nowadays, and I'm getting absolutely pissed off about it, because all I want to do as a gamer who loves video games is have fun and play a fucking game. That's all we want to do. But we can't do that. Because greedy game devs that don't give a shit about us. Yeah, if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't even be in the business in the first place. We are the people that play their game. We are the people that put food on their table by playing their game. If we don't exist, They have no fan base. They have no customers. They have no company. We're just constantly being shafted and shat on. But here's the thing, if they make players happy and give players something they enjoy, that they can enjoy, people will keep playing your game. People will be willing to put money into your game because they enjoy your game. But the game devs won't do this. Instead, they want to make it difficult and try and force you to spend money. And ruin the game because of it. And with this game, they've taken a step back. They were in a good direction. Apart from the EVP, I didn't have an issue with this game before full release. I didn't have a single issue with it. I was fine with the RNG. I was fine with the randomness. I enjoyed it because it kept me intrigued and wanting to play. So I didn't get it this time. I'll get that Digimon next time, you know? I enjoyed the RNG aspect of it. I enjoyed the gameplay. I just didn't like having to sit there at Digimon. That's fair enough. Aside from that, fine by me. I can spend hours and days grinding my Digimon if I want to. I take advantage of my high levels that I put money into getting stat blocks on and everything. And I feel like I've accomplished something. I can now grind my Digimon. I've gone through the game. And I can grind my low levels a lot easier now. But the game devs decided during full release we're going to take a step backwards. Slow down the experience gain and make it so it's so much of a chore you cannot enjoy the game anymore. And that's going to take you weeks to get to max level. With multiple Digimon because you have to mess around with PvP. Unless you have like 10 to 12 hours of the day to sit there and spend, it's going to take you weeks. If you only have like 3 or 4 hours a night to get on and you have to spend 2 hours of that freaking sat there at Digimon, eventually you're going to be like, is it really worth me investing my time into this game and keep playing it? Or should I go play a different game and invest my time elsewhere where I don't feel like I'm wasting it? Like, I get it. These game companies are a business. They have to make money, and they can make money. But don't ruin the game for everybody to do it. Look at Final Fantasy. They make really cool cosmetics. And they probably make a fortune off those. Yo, imagine being able to get these Digimon, right? So I've got my sick-ass Kabitorimon here, right? Imagine being able to go into the cash shop and buy a cosmetic where I could actually customize my Kabitorimon. I'm not talking about something ridiculous like changing his colour to full pink or something. Well, imagine if I could get something cool, cosmetic-wise, that I could put on him. Like make him wear a cape or... I don't know, just something. Imagine how cool they could make it. Make your Digimon feel unique to you. You customize your Digimon. Put some cool outfits on it or something. Make some actual good outfits in the cash shop for people to buy. For their tamers. Because right now, I haven't seen a single outfit that I'm looking at in this game where I'm just like, I love this. I'm being perfectly honest, there isn't any. There's not a single one here that's got me sitting there screaming, yo, I need to get this, bro, this is so good. I mean, that's alright, I suppose. That looks alright. I actually kind of like this, to be fair. Pardon me. I do like the look of this outfit. But the rest of them are just kind of a They're okay, but nothing game-breaking. I suppose that's kind of cute in a way, yeah. But they could definitely make a lot of money through cosmetics in this game. Customizing your Digimon, your character, without having to ruin the gameplay experience to try and force you to buy evolutors and freaking stuff that increases your bond with your Digimon. There's so many other ways they can monetize this game while making it a fantastic game, and I guarantee you if they did that, people would stick around. People would pay money. Because they love the game. They would invest time into the game. Like, I'm enjoying the amount of time I've invested into this game. I don't want to lose that time I've invested. I'll keep playing. Because I'm having fun. F-U-N. Fun. The thing that people play games for. Frustrating your player base and your fan base is not fun. It's what makes most people stop playing your game.